Let's get to some news out of Davos, Switzerland now, where infrastructure investments will be key to driving economic growth in South Africa and as well as the rest of the continent. Of course, this is the view of Investec Chief Executive Cumesh Moodliar, who was speaking to our very own Xolani Mbanjwa on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Let's take a listen.
South Africa has numerous companies that are operating all over the world, and the annual meeting of the World Economic Forum presents many opportunities for companies that are at a global stage. One of these companies is Investec. They employ close to 8,000 people globally, and they have dreams and aspirations of growing even bigger. I'm now joined here at the ICE Village in Davos by Cumesh Moodliar, the Investec CEO. Thank you so much for your time, Cumesh, here in Davos. I wanted to speak about Investec being part of Team South Africa, but also start here that there are definitely targets and goals back home, priorities back home. How do we as a country meet the global targets and goals while looking inwards and making sure that those local priorities are taken care of as far as this particular gathering is concerned?
Xolani, I think absolutely. I think the two aren't mutually exclusive. I think South Africa's goals and where the world is right now can be interlinked. I think we have a very unique opportunity in the year that we chair the G20 to link those two goals into one connected environment. The second point for me, I suppose, just being here like you over the last few days, that really comes home is that the case for SA exceptionalism is no longer one that can be the debate. The debate that we now have is the foundation that we have in South Africa that we have to build in terms of a global environment. And to say, support South Africa because we need your support, that argument's not going to fly. I think we do have sound commercial rationale to look at how we can build out public infrastructure. Our president has said he wants to see the country being a construction site. I think the platform that Team SA has had here, both government and business, has been an exceptional one for that. I was very pleased this morning to look at a report from Transnet and an interview with the CEO of Transnet talking about projects that they intend rolling out on a public-private partnership model over the next 6 months. That's what's critical, and I think we can attract international investment. We've met players in both energy and infrastructure industries who would look at South Africa and say to us, is there a viable opportunity? Can we look at a commercial basis for this? And the answer is yes. And we need to provide that model. But I think the message for all of us from a South African perspective is we're not able to just claim it because we're South African. We have to have a real world commercial basis for that engagement.
Cumesh, thank you very much for your time. Cumesh Moodliar is the Investec CEO. Of course, a lot of people here have spoken about, from South Africa and abroad, saying that the manner in which South Africa was able to quickly create a government, the government of national unity that we have, is an important indicator about how serious the country is to make sure that it gets over the challenges it has and uses the potential and the infrastructure targets and all the other targets to make sure that there's job creation and economic growth in the country. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I am Xolani Mbanjwa at the ICE Village in Davos.